Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Just wanted to give a quick review on the major decisions journals and give you some examples in case you were behind or needed some more clarification. Hopefully this video can help. So first up, just a brief review. Remember, our prompt was, should students choose their major before entering college? You're going to argue your position using clear details and explanations. Now, we were going to do this in a debate, however, things have clearly changed, so we are just going to submit our work that we have been working on. So again, brief review of the pieces you needed. There were 8 parts in total. Again, it was not quite an essay, but it just had all the pieces of one. Okay, so things I'm looking for, a thesis, 3 supporting articles, 2 counterclaim articles, and 2 written paragraphs. I know a lot of people have been questioning what the paragraphs were about. Remember, there was supposed to be 1 support paragraph and 1 counterclaim paragraph. I'm going to walk you through a sample paragraph that incorporates all of your evidence. Okay, so that way it makes a little more sense and it's a little bit more clear. Okay, so first off, thesis, just a brief review. Remember, the thesis is essentially answering the prompt and 2 reasons why you have that opinion. So I've got 2 examples here for you. One is should students choose their major, and one is should not. Okay, so our first one. Students should choose their major before entering college so they graduate on time and save money on classes. So you can see I've highlighted should, so that's my pro. You're saying they should. And then in yellow, I have the 2 reasons why. Now let's take a look at another one. Students should not choose their major before entering college because it allows them to explore their options and choose something meaningful to them. Okay, again, I've highlighted the should not and then the 2 reasons in yellow. You don't necessarily have to highlight like this. I'm just showing you my 2 reasons, okay? And that helps me guide my reasonings in my paragraphs. Okay, so that's basically the thesis. I'm really only looking for these single sentences. Okay, whichever one you decide is up to you, whichever one you feel more strongly about. Now, taking a look, remember you needed 3 supporting articles and 2 counterclaim articles. All of your articles should basically identify if it's supporting or counterclaim. We did highlighting in class for blue for supporting and red for counterclaim, so that will show me that if you didn't specifically identify it. They should have the title of the article as well as the author of the article. And then I also asked for the website when we were working on that as well, so you could easily have the website or URL link. Those both work. And then again, you should have 1 solid quote supporting your claim or presenting a counterclaim depending on the article. So now let's take a look at an example. So the example I have, I'm using the thesis that you should not choose your major before entering college. So I labeled that it's a supporting article. The article title is How to Choose a Major When You're Interested in Everything. The author is Daniel Bortz, and I found it from monster.com. Okay, the quote that really stood out to me was, once you've narrowed your options to 3 or 4 majors, it's time to explore them. There are a number of ways to do this. Sparrow, a counselor that the author interviewed, recommends looking at your school's general education requirements. The coursework required to earn any degree at your college, some schools call these distribution requirements, and deciding if these classes align with your interests. So that helps support one of my reasons for my thesis. So I want to hold on to that one and see how I can incorporate it later. Okay. Now, that was all about our articles. Remember, I'm just looking for something similar to this. Supporting article, it could be highlighted in the colors and then the quotes. Okay, basically all I was looking for. Now, taking a look at the support or counterclaims paragraph. For this, you're just supposed to write a supporting paragraph and a counterclaim paragraph, so again, 2, as if you were writing an essay about the topic. Remember, we were just writing these out because we were going to have the debate, so that way if you were shy or not sure how to jump into the debate, that you had something written down so you could easily just jump in. Okay, basic structure of your paragraph is some kind of type of topic sentence. This basically breaks your thesis into pieces. Okay, explaining if it's supporting your thesis or counterclaims against your thesis. That's basically 1 sentence. Okay, you have your key points and evidence from the article. if you have, especially for the supporting, you should have at least 5 sentences for that main part, and then a concluding sentence or rebuttal. Remember, the concluding sentence basically just sums up your general ideas. If it's your counterclaim paragraph, you'll want to include some kind of rebuttal, which is when, even though you've addressed the counterclaims, you're returning to your point, showing why your claim is stronger. Okay, now let's take a look. I've started to write out a sample paragraph. Okay, a lot of color on the screen. Go ahead and ignore the color for now. I will break that down in just a second. This sample paragraph says, students should not choose their major before entering college because it allows them to explore their options. Once a student enters college, they may want to explore their options before deciding on a final course of study. From the article, How to Choose a College Major When You're Interested in Everything by Daniel Bortz, counselors recommend looking at schools' general education requirements and deciding if these classes align with your interests. By taking their time to decide and meeting with counselors before choosing a major, students will find something that interests them instead of something that they are not interested in. Also, students should not have to choose their major before entering college because ... Okay, so you can see here in blue, I've highlighted what essentially would be my topic sentences. Now, although I'm continuing, especially for this second section, I'm continuing in the middle of the paragraph, I'm still breaking down and adding to my reasons why I'm supporting this. Okay, in green, you can see that those are my own ideas, but they tie in the quote very well. So you always want to sort of introduce and set up your quote, and then you don't just want to leave your quote hanging. So you always want to close off, even if you're sort of summarizing the same ideas, you want to add your own little spin onto it. And then again, the yellow is from the article itself. So if I go back quickly to the example that I showed you, you could see this is a lot of quote. This is much more than I've left in my final paragraph. So you can see here, I have changed what the counselor said. So I've added my own words here in the brackets. You can always do that as long as it fits and flows into your sentence. And then here, I've just put the dots in between so that way they know that there was something there. It just doesn't fit in with what I'm going to say. Okay, so those are also things that if you feel like you've grabbed a long quote and you don't just want to throw the whole thing in, you can always address that and change the quote to fit your needs. Okay, so hopefully some of this has helped guide you and helped you better understand what the assignment is looking for. Remember, final thing, due date is Friday, March 20th. That is this coming Friday by midnight. So if you have any questions, I would say try to write them down, maybe make a note to yourself, and then join me tomorrow for my office hours, virtual. There will be a link on Teams available for you to join in from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I basically just am live streaming, ready for you to answer any questions. Okay, I look forward to seeing you guys on that virtual office hours soon, and stay safe out there.